Welcome back to RC Alchemy, guys. We're going to take a closer look at the B.A.S. XDMT today. Give you some closer looks at the chassis, the hubs, knuckles, stub axles, shock towers, everything. The center drive unit, it's got an actual planetary that can run a 5-to-1, a 10-to-1, and a 20-to-1. And later on, we may run it 1-to-1 or with just straight off the motor, rather. But let's give you a look at the chassis. Let's get right into it. This chassis has been milled from a 20 by 5 inch by 2 inch chunk of aluminum, 6061, and it features a center drive that will be covered up by this nice like a skid plate. And then here's our center drive unit. Yep, that's right, this baby's chain drive. And our bearing carriers. He's made a custom lower, I guess you'd call it spool. And there's the chain drive. And then here's your upper planetary. This particular one is a 10-to-1. I've also got a 5-to-1 on the way. And there's your upper sprocket. Alright, so there's your chassis. Here's the shock towers. These are custom to the chassis. Also 6061. We've got, let me turn this back over. So we've got lower suspension mounts. These bolt on to the gearboxes down here at the bottom. Those are custom to the chassis. And one thing he has actually done on these is chamfered the ends of them so they will line up nicely with the gearboxes. See here, give you a close up. Look how nice that lines up. Alright. We're gonna run, you can run front and rear steering, but we also have an optional plate if we want to run just regular front steering. Here are the upper suspension mounts. This is what your upper arms will tie into right here. Super nice quality. And then these right here will cap off the bell cranks. Give you a nice shot of that. Everything's really nicely made. Made in the USA, right here in Wisconsin. So let's take a closer look now at the 7075 hubs, knuckles, and stub axles. So I've got 3 stub axles laid out. The blue one is your old Traxxas X-MAXX. It used a really small bearing. I believe it was a 2720 by 4. I mean, that thing's puny. And then we got a much needed upgrade. They used a 3220 by 7 on the rear, but the B.A.S. stubs, they use 3 bearings, and they have the biggest outer bearing of any stub axle or knuckle combination on the market. It is a 28 15 by 7. So I've got them laid out here. You got your 28 15 by 7, a 30 17 by 7, and a 32 20 by 7. And these are all milled from 70-75 aluminum. Give you some nice close-ups of them. Super nice machining. One other thing that the B.A.S. hubs and knuckles have that I don't believe any of the other ones have are these nice bearing retainer clips on the back side. And you can remove those with some snap ring pliers. But again, just beautiful machine work. And then also the knuckles also feature the bearing retainer rings. I've got them apart here so you can see each individual piece. And then the stub axles are made from 1018 cold rolled steel and feature a pinless design with a hex style. They made up with a hex there, so there's no pins. And then they use a tapered seat bolt. On these, you just want to use a little bit of lube. I forget what it's called. Keeps the threads from getting stuck. You do not want to use Loctite on these, and you just want to snug them up. But he will also be offering custom wheel nuts. As you can see the difference here between the stock wheel nut and the B.A.S. wheel nut. It uses a 19mm socket. Oh, that's right. Sorry guys, this is called anti-seize. That's what you want to put on these tapered seat bolts. So you'll want to use some anti-seize on that. And then he will also be offering 1/5 scale adapter wheel nuts that has the Bas made on the back of it, so you can use like your bigger 1/5 scale wheels on the X-MAXX or XRT. But you can see a difference here. I've got the bearings laid out between the stock X-MAXX outer bearing and the B.A.S. bearing. I mean, it's a huge difference. But if you guys got any questions, leave it in the comments. But I just wanted to give you guys another kind of up close view of all the parts. You got your servo mounts. Again, your lower chain drive unit. Super cool. Kind of sets this apart from anything else. Oh, and one other thing, on the newest gearboxes, he's incorporated sway bar mounts. So we'll have functional sway bars. And I think he's used some parts from the Energy sway bar kit, but eventually it will be completely proprietary. He'll design his own setup. But like I said, I just wanted to give you guys another look at the XDMT. And next video, we're going to start putting it together. So come on back and see us at RC Alchemy, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.